Hello and welcome to another episode of Newsround with me, Munty.
And me, Buddy.
Hey, so first off, New Mutants has got a new release date. Sorry, mate, I just fell asleep then. Oh, God. Okay, they want to send it theatrical, but why August? Why so close to with everything that's going on?
That was the one thing that threw me on this. I'm not surprised that they're still going for the theatrical date because they do seem to have the confidence. I know you don't, but they do seem to have the confidence in this as a theatrical release. But I was amazed at, like, why August? Why that soon?
It's just turned into a joke.
I suppose that date's filling up. It's a film that's been made. They're not throwing loads at it and everything. They're probably going to try and give the least amount of promotion to it. They're just thinking, get it out there, get it done, and then they can get it onto Disney Plus as well.
Right, but there's one movie that everybody's talking about still being out in July, and that's Nolan's Tenet, right?
Yeah.
They haven't put it back yet. And they're waiting because I think that'll be pushed back. And if they've got any sense, they will, because people aren't going to go. And it's not that people aren't going to go. It's all the cinemas going to be able to fill the seats. They're not. They've got to do so much distancing.
With that Tenet, there's definitely the interest in it. But as you say, are people going to have the guts to go to the cinema that soon? You know,
don't think so.
What kind of spacing they're going to intend to do at the moment?
I think the cinemas are going to be like it was in the 50s and 60s, where they just keep showing reruns of movies we've all seen just to get people back into the habit of going. And anything big is going to have to wait until at least September, October.
I think really what they could do is running cheap films, basically, you know, half-price films and that sort of thing, just to get people in there and get the popcorn money in, because they make more out of that than the movies anyway. They just need to encourage people to go back into the cinema and to think that it's safe. And they need to do that really by releasing probably old big films that they can probably put out cheaper.
Yeah. I mean, this is the way that Avengers Endgame will stay at #1, because that'll be the first thing to chuck back in there for people to go and watch. And
it's what I'd be tempted. That sort of thing is what I'd be tempted to do. In fact, you know, to get an Infinity Wars Endgame back to back, sort of double feature for the price of one, sort of thing.
That's it. Throw a Star Wars in there, and you can...
maybe you don't want to do double features. Maybe you just want to do quick features that'll get people in there. Maybe a series of like family films and big films and things like that, just single ones that people can go in, go for a couple of hours, get out again, have to have a crew go in, disinfect the place, and back in, a new lot of people in again.
Oh, but this August date for this New Mutants, it ain't gonna happen. It'll be pushed back to January.
I'm intrigued. It's great to see a date put on there. It's just, why is that date so soon? I really thought it'd be September at the minimum, like kids, or, you know, October even or something. But I swear, the only way I can see it, if they're trying to squeeze it in before a glut of films that were supposed to come in start going in those later dates, and they're trying to squeeze things in that maybe they're not going to spend the money on promoting so much. And they just want it to have its time at the cinema before it goes to, say, Disney Plus or whatever streaming service it's going to.
But from a business point of view, if you're going to take the risk to put a movie that's been on the shelf for nearly 4 years, with the release date being pushed back after pushback after pushback, and you want to get some money in for it, you need to release it when you're going to have full capacity possibility attendance.
Is it all about the money, though, or is it about, well, we've got to release something to sort of pave the way for getting things back in? Maybe this is a film that, okay, we're not going to chuck a load of money at it now. We've already spent the money on it. We bought this from Fox already done. Let's use this to help pave the way back into the cinemas.
Or are they going to turn around and say the reason why it did shit is because it was released too soon? There's the other excuse.
Anything like that.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
And talking of release dates, Black Widow
Oh yeah,
it's still coming out at the cinema at the minute.
good.
A week earlier, or just over a week earlier in the UK compared to the US.
And
So
what date is it?
It's October 28th for us.
Oh well, that's fantastic. My birthday, we can go for that.
So that's you sorted, isn't it, mate? I mean, October 28th. I don't know. I haven't got much faith in cinemas and release dates for the rest of this year.
No one's got a lot of faith in it, but at least that one's far enough away. Fingers crossed. I mean, let's face it. At the moment, I've been talking to my folks because obviously we got a family company and all that. We've been talking about going back in, or staggered sort of going back in. So many people back working, so many people furloughed. From like maybe next week or next month or something, we're not quite sure at the moment. We're just talking about what we can do, how we can do it. We've got to go in. There's people wanting quotes and all that, but we've got to arrange to go to people's houses. It's a crazy time. There's a set of rules. We're downloading an 18-page sort of document about all the rules for how you can go to people's houses and stuff like that, and what things you've got to do to be safe. We've got to disinfect. If we go out in the van, we've got to disinfect the van every day. And if you're travelling in there, you can't have 2 meters between you sitting in a van with 2 people. You can only have 2 people in the van. But apparently you're better side by side than face to face because you're not breathing on each other. But there's a whole load of craziness going on. God knows how we're going to deal with it. Everyone's dipping a toe in the water in every business and seeing how you get on with it.
But we're at the beginning of the ease of the lockdown, and keeping 2 meters away from people when you're out at the shops or you're out and about or in the workplace.
Have you seen them on?
It's different. It's different to a paid gathering in a room of a 500-seat capacity, all sitting there together. It's not going to happen yet, and it's way too soon.
Well, have you seen some of the stuff on like the London Underground and that, where it's just impossible? Everyone's not even wearing masks. Some of them are wearing masks, some of them aren't. You can't stay 2 meters apart. You're going to be bumping into each other. So, to our mind, we're going to end up with another surge in it again. It's going to happen because we're just not prepared for it.
And this is why choosing dates for August for new movies is crazy. Because but we're talking lockdown, we're talking ease, we're talking coming out of it, which is having a big impact straight away for the movie and TV industry in the UK. Because as part of the get back to work and go to work if you can, including that document is television and movie production.
Don't if you can't, but go back to work.
Yeah, it actually includes TV and movie production. So from today, they can start working again. So signs are Batman is going to be back on track by Friday, according to what the press is saying. And other TV productions that are filmed over here, like The Witcher, Peaky Blinders, stuff like that, are on track to start production within the coming weeks. Going to be interesting how they go about it, but
at least Peaky Blinders won't have a problem with getting the Black Country Museum to shoot locations in this time. I don't think there'll be any hassle there whatsoever.
And Batman's always on his own, and so that's going to be really easy for him to film that.
Fine. He's on a motorbike most of this time as well. You ain't got to worry about anyone side by side for you. 2 meters is an easy distance then to maintain. The only thing is, when he falls off or whatever, he's got to get up on his own. No one can touch him.
Well, they did say it was going to be dark and brooded. There's nothing more dark and brooded than a man sitting alone, is there?
Yeah, it's going to be dark and bruising. Oh, mate.
So there you go. And then my last bit of exciting news.
I'll make a quick pitch at this point. If they're going to do a remake of the Omega Man or I Am Legend, now's the perfect time for doing it, really. You can get places where streets are going to be properly empty.
And it's the same with The Walking Dead as well. They keep on about the production of that, but it should be a piece of piss at the minute. There's nobody anywhere.
It'll be really easy. All you do, you just go CGI your zombies all close together afterwards.
and let's see this 28 Days Later sequel, the third one we've been waiting for. Now is the time to make it.
Later.
It's 28. It's 28 months later. Is it? Or 28 years later? I can't remember which way it is now. There was 28 days later. Then they did. Was it 28 months later? So
yeah.
now it should be 28 years later.
28 years later.
Yeah.
And it feels like 28 years later.
It's going to be 28 years later by the time we do it. And the other bit of good news. Why did I say good news? That came out all
Well, it's news. It's news. That's good.
Yeah. Joss Gad, you know, that really impressive bloke. Yeah, he's going to be. Yeah, I'm neither here or there, but this is how slow news is. He's going to be in the new Roland Emmerich movie called Moonfall, so he's going to go into space and be on the moon and save the planet and all that kind of shite. So,
really? Because he looks like an astronaut. I mean, they have to be really fit and stuff, don't they?
I
quite like his new, was it the social distancing show thing where he's put the Goonies back together and Back to the Future and all that together apart, I think it is, or something.
It comes to something when news is so sparse that I'll have to make a note of that to something to talk about today. Who gives a flying fuck what Joss Gad is doing? Let's be honest. And
he's not bad. I quite like the stuff that he's done.
I've got no problem with him, but
it's not really exciting or anything.
And now, and I mean, we are now 8 weeks into this, starting to really feel that we are having much to talk about at the minute. Are we, lad? It's getting harder and harder.
We've had problems about nothing. We've got no worries with that. Not me and you.
Sure, shit about nothing.
Chin chin, cheers.
Chin chin. And have you seen anything else yourself knocking around? The only other thing I saw.
Mutants was the only thing really that I've sort of seen and chucked in there. I'm watching a new movie for doing a review on at the moment.
Well, the only other thing I've seen is images of Avatar 2 showing the underwater motion capture process. Oh,
I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, man, I can't wait for that either. So, there we go. Another news round from Woody and Munty. And I'll just leave you with this. Bye, bye, Woody and